My fundraising mentor was a guy named Frank Hall. He was the head of resource development for St. Joseph Health System. And he was the first person to sit me down and ask me the big question: have you ever thought about a career in fundraising? Up until that time, I was in corporate communications and I was volunteering, though, on our health system's employee giving campaign. And I had been the co-chair of that committee for a couple years. I was having a great time. It was so much fun finding new and exciting ways to get my fellow employees to engage with the mission of the organization, to make a payroll deduction. We would celebrate their victories. It was such a great volunteer experience. And Frank was the guy who sat me down and basically said, I think you need to think about a career change. You need to think about being a fundraiser. And the lessons Frank taught me, both in that meeting and throughout my time with him, they're lessons that I still lean on today. For example, if you've ever heard me talk about corporate giving, you've probably heard me say dead people give away more money than live corporations. That's from Frank. Frank taught me that. And it's true. It's been true since the 80s. That's a whole nother video. My point is, I don't think I'd be where I am today if Frank hadn't taken an interest. His mentorship of me helped me become the fundraiser I am today, helped me become someone who really believes in this industry, who really believes in the people in it, and really believes in the potential for ordinary people to be involved in a very real way in changing the world. And you know, there's not enough gratitude in the world for what Frank did for me in my career. And it's with that in mind that when I was a member of the Association of Fundraising Professionals chapter in Orange County, I got involved with their mentorship program. It was really important for me to give back. That sounds trite and cliche, but it's 100% true. I think we in the industry, if we've reached a certain level of experience or knowledge, if we've made enough mistakes, we can look back at someone else and say, hey, I've fallen down in these ways. Let me help you not fall down in those ways. I think that's really important. And I was a mentor in Orange County for a very long time. When I moved here to Washington, I got involved almost immediately with the AFP South Sound chapter right here and got involved with the mentorship program. And I'm excited to be a mentor to some of the really talented fundraisers that I've met here in this area. And so my message today is a pretty simple one. If you have some fundraising experience, if you've been in the business 5, 10, 15 years, you've made your share of mistakes, you've had your victories, I really encourage you to look into what opportunities you have to give back. What opportunities do you have to either formally mentor or to give back to your local chapter of AFP or whatever it is that works for you. I think it's a really important thing that we do. Our business, our industry is really all about giving. And this is one way that we can give. I'd also say that if you are maybe new to your career, or maybe you're making a transition in your career, like moving from an annual giving focus to a major giving focus, or maybe you're about to take on a role where you have management responsibilities and you actually will have a team reporting to you. Mentorship can be a great way to not just boost your skills, but to give you somebody in your life who's going to have that great perspective for you, who's going to maybe bring some accountability to the table, but more importantly, they're not your boss. So it's a whole different relationship. It's a relationship that you can be maybe a little more free in how we talk. We don't always tell all of our bosses all of the truth all of the time. With a mentor, you might have a little more flexibility here. So I really encourage, no matter what side of the spectrum or what side of the balance beam you're on, to really think about mentorship as something that is not just a professional development opportunity, but an opportunity to continue to grow this industry. Because the better we all do, the better we all do, right? The more compassionate, skilled, emotionally intelligent, and creative fundraisers we have, the more work they're going to do reaching out to the community and inspiring generosity and getting people to help get engaged around these problems that we're committed to solving. Now, I'll localize it here. If you were in the South Sound area, the AFP chapter, we're launching our annual mentorship program right now. In fact, on July 8th we're holding an information session for people who might be interested in working with a mentor. My co-chair for the group is Victor Martin, who leads the fundraising work at the University of Puget Sound. Victor and I will be hosting this meeting on the 8th, answering questions people might have about mentorship, about what it takes to work with a mentor, what success looks like, really kind of get people revved up and hopefully get them excited. This is a free program for members of our local AFP chapter. If you'd like to learn more about the chapter, about mentorship, any of that stuff, please let me know, and I'm happy to point you in the right direction. The final thing I'll say about mentorship is if you're in a leadership position in an organization, you're a team leader, you're an executive leader, whatever it is, mentorship is it's a type of professional development that I think pays incredible dividends. Certainly more so than one single class will get you so far, one single conference will get you pretty far. But being able to connect one of your team members, one of your employees with a mentor to help them develop their skills is such an important part. And if you are on the fence about it, really think of it in terms of your investment in your employees' success. Their not only their success at their job, but they're feeling that you as the leader have got their back, you're investing in them. There's a lot of ways this is going to pay off for you. So I really encourage you to think about mentorship and all sorts of professional development opportunities as a real smart way to invest in the future of your mission, because the best mission, the best plan, the best intentions won't get you anywhere if we don't have the right team members in place, or if those team members aren't staying in their roles, if they're moving on immediately, if they're not satisfied, right, we're not going to get anywhere. So that's a quick message for today. I'll tease this, that next month in July, and this might be the nerdiest thing I've ever done, and this is coming from somebody who has not only participated in mock trial, multiple drama productions. I was the student representative on my high school's school board, right? The district, Anaheim Union High School District. I sat on the dais for those meetings. That was super nerdy as well. But this might be nerdier still, because what I'm doing with my friend Leanna Olds from the Emergency Food Network here in Tacoma, we're talking about nonprofit leadership. We're talking about the skills you need, regardless of your level or your title within the organization, the skills you need to build team and culture within your organization. But we're doing it through the lens of Star Trek. I told you it was nerdy. It's going to be really fun. I'm going to talk more about it in a future video, but it's going to be on July 23rd, a free webinar that we're going to be testing out that week. So let me know if you're interested. I'm very excited about this one. But that's it for today. Keep up the great work. Get involved in mentorship, and we'll talk to you next time.